Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More, and we're at the new Laundromat. We had record sales last week. We'll see what is in the machines this week. Yes, we have a new trash company coming soon. That's been a bit of an issue. And parking has been a bit of an issue today, too. We'll talk about that as well later. First off, the first thing I always like to do is to check the change machine. Not much has gone there, but I've been refilling it a lot this week because there have been quite a few people there. And it's always interesting to see how much cash is in here if I can get it out with one hand. That's always not easy. But we already took cash out once, so nice to see that, although that's not profit. That just gives us an idea of what's in the machines. So let's talk about the Laundromat, how it's doing. There are some people who've been using it, but they're not here right this second. I've had some issues with some machines, you can see over there, so we'll talk about that. Of course, there's issues with machines. And then we hired someone to clean too, and I was curious how it would look today. And it's okay, but it's not amazing because I know some of this stuff was here the other day when I was here as well. But I don't have to do lint traps anymore. The machines are getting cleaned like they should be, so that's a good thing. And hopefully there's some money in the machines too. We had a record week last week, but it seems like it might have been a little bit slower this week. It was a great weekend, but then during the week seems a little bit slower, so we'll check all of that as well. And I don't know if I can get this machine working or not. We've had some issues with it. I don't know if people have been messing with it, but it doesn't have any power, which is weird. And we had some issues with the coin acceptor, had issues with the coin box, had a bunch of different things go wrong at once. So we'll talk about that some. And then we might have an issue with this too. I'm gonna try this right now. I was here and, door. Yes, it's giving you 32 minutes per quarter. Oh, come on. Oh, don't tell me this one. Oh, come on. We haven't had a door code on this one before. Oh, the lint traps are in there all the way. There we go, 8 minutes. So why is this one 32? And I don't know if it's been like that the whole time or just recently. All these lint traps are kind of out. You gotta always make sure those are all the way shut. Make sure that, yeah, they're all clean. I bet you the lady just did not get them all shut. But that's one reason why the door code will come on if the lint trap is not all the way shut. But that, I need to try and figure out how to fix that too. So this machine has had a couple of problems. One, the coin box key wasn't working quite right. Makes me think if someone was messing with this. This was jammed. We think it might be a solenoid, but it has no power either. And I don't know what was going on, but I looked at following Keenan for some ideas on what's going on here. If we think it was a solenoid, I'll show you that here in a second, but there's still no power to it. So what's the best way to figure that out? Well, we've got some wires here. Let's now open up this one, which is slightly different, but we can see it's got a wire going right there that we don't have on this one. So we have these two not attached. I'm guessing this goes on here. We'll try not to electrocute myself. Maybe. Don't know for sure. Well, that's a different. It's not the same. But then we have this one too, which I don't know if it broke off. It's got a piece of plastic on it, like maybe it broke. We can always touch these different things here. No. So, trial and error. Try and figure out what's going on here. But this did fit on the solenoid too, so not sure. So I figured out part of the problem. One of the problems is all these machines are a little bit different. So this one was one of the ones I got from the defunct Laundromat. And I got two of those, and the other one's up there, and it was being used by a customer, but I did open it up, and I could see both of these wires go to this solenoid. And this solenoid fits in the coin mechanism, and what it's supposed to do is stop coins from coming in if the machine has an error, the door's not open, something's wrong. The door can be open, but something else is wrong. And then when everything's okay, it sucks that back. Well, those two wires go right here, and right there you can see the other wire is broken off. It was supposed to go on there. Now I don't know if that's my power issue, because that seems kind of weird, but I guess it could be. So I'll try putting those on and see if that fixes the power issue or not. And then if not, I don't know why it's not getting power. So that didn't do anything. I was kind of figuring that I don't know why that would stop the power, because most of these machines don't have that solenoid. I watched a following Keenan video. He said you can just take these off. There's no reason to really have them. The other issue is I found this spring in here somewhere. I don't know if that's an important spring, if it goes somewhere, if it's completely useless. Again, I don't know why that would be a power issue. I tried resetting the breakers. These all have power. This is on the same breaker. So, not sure what's going on. I've tried all the connections to make sure they're tight. I haven't seen any issues there. This might be beyond my abilities. We'll see. I was checking the soap first because I don't know if you saw that. Someone had ripped the tape off the second to the right coin thing, which didn't work. I'm like, that's weird. The only reason I can imagine someone doing that is because the other one was empty, but it's not. I don't know, maybe a kid did it. But we had that tape up there so that people wouldn't use it because it's not working, because the old laundromat guys repaired this and nothing they did works right. So there's actually a fairly decent amount of quarters in there. So it's about a 50% profit margin on that for the soap. Obviously we don't make a ton of money, but it's just kind of... All right, we're checking the machines. We know we have a problem there because it's giving you 32 minutes for each quarter. Definitely not what it should be, so we'll work on that here in a little bit. But we'll see what money is in here first. Where's my dryer box? This one. So, not a bad start, because the dryers usually don't have a lot of money in them, and these on the edge usually don't have as much either. So, hey. Oh, let's see here. I'm trying to do 2 videos at once, and I might be messing up by getting my phone in the way of my other camera. So we'll try and hold it a little bit better. Thought that was the right key. There we go. So many blue quarters in here, and I haven't been checking. There's sometimes quarters sneak out of the coin box. You know what, I might just stop using my phone because I think that's going to be annoying. We'll just do this camera here. But yeah, this is not bad for the dryers. I can use my phone to make sure what I'm seeing is looking okay. Yes, so there we go. That's decent. Don't know how that 1 quarter always manages to stay in the machine, but it does. And it hasn't been too much of an issue lately, but yeah, this one up here wasn't heating up the other day. Now, oh no, this one was. This one over here. So this one might need a new belt. But it hasn't been too much of an issue lately. But today, for whatever reason, everybody from the DMV is parking in our spots. We have 4 dedicated spots here. None of those people are here for the laundromat. And I wouldn't mind telling them that if I haven't caught anybody yet. All right, so let's see if that heats up today. The way the laundromats work is things break, then they just magically start working again, then they break, then they start working again, then they break. It's very strange. Yeah, this is not bad. I also wanted to change the prices just a little bit on these dryers too. I know I've got kind of the lowest prices in town, and very low compared to other cities and people who comment on my videos. But I think for some reason, this area just has kind of cheap dryers. But my washers are also too cheap too. All right, so that's not horrible for the dryers. I don't know if it's the best we've ever had. That's pretty heavy. That's pretty good. Now we'll check the washers. Now the first one I have is this right here, because I mentioned that other machine. The coin box is broken, and this key, luckily I have lots of keys, is jammed. This is messed up, so I don't know if somebody was just trying to get into that machine and they broke it or what, but I tried forever, couldn't get this key out. Just put a different coin box in there, and that's that machine over there with the lid open. And these have been doing better and better. So when I first opened these back here, got almost no use. But now, look at that. That's fantastic. That's the most that one's ever had. I think people are starting to realize these are back here now. Not bad. Yeah, because there's literally zero money in these machines at the start. And now there's quite a bit. That one, always have to push in there hard, and then it's a little tough. Oh, there's not much in there. I don't even know if that was enough to start it. You can always do this. Okay. At least it accepted the coin and brought the dollar amount down. Pretty good. Make sure I'm putting them into the right buckets. Oh, pretty good there too. These are 27-pound machines, so, oh, that's not bad either. A little bigger than the Horizon front loaders we have. A little bigger than your regular top loader. This one has nothing in it, like I said, it's not working. So, this one also was leaking. So we turned it off, actually used the coin box for that, for the other one. And then, oh, I don't think that was gone before. We're missing the soap drawer. That's strange. Okay. There's always stuff going on here. Hey. Pretty good. And those are the Horizons. They're about the same size as a top loader, but use way less water and are much more efficient. And then these are the hips that are about the same as the Horizons, but they're prettier. I think people use them more because they're prettier. Although that's about what was in the other Horizons back there, so maybe not. And the front machines always have the most. Too many laundry carts. But I opened about 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 now. When we first opened, there was very little money in the machine. So we're definitely getting people back. This has been a laundromat for many, many years. Oh yeah. This one, something's wrong with the coin acceptor. I need to work on that too at some point. There's a lot of stuff that goes on at the laundromat, that's for sure. But we closed for a couple of months while we got new machines, fixed machines, remodeled just a little bit. Oh, that's good. And a lot of regulars were very happy we were opened back up again. And some of the people have just said, They like that it smells good, that the machines are clean, that there's no rude people here, and when you don't have any people here, it's very easy not to have rude people. So what I'm doing I'm just going to film these, because these are exciting for my social media. There goes one of the people parking here who shouldn't be. I could go yell at them, but I won't. Okay, so these are fun to do, because these have lots of money in them. If I have the right key. There we go. Yep. That's a heavy one. And this one is usually doing pretty good. Oh yeah. And then of course our best one is this one right here, the 60-pounder. That is usually really heavy. I don't know if that's as much as last week, but that's a good amount. All right, let's see how much this. Oh, that's heavy. That's close to last week. I don't know if it's quite as much, but it's close, so that's a good sign. Pretty sure we're profitable. Now this, not warm, not warm. So, not sure what's going on there. The price on here is crazy. We'll try and fix that. And then of course we're gonna go to the other laundromat too and see if it is doing anything at all. I know there's been people there, because I have cameras and can see people there. And hopefully the coin machines are working now. And we'll also take these there and clean the coin machines. And hopefully that will help as well. I did that on this coin machine here. This one's been working better because it was jamming too. And then of course we'll check the soap. Sorry, we checked the soap already. Have that on camera. Check the vending, check the pop, see how those are doing. Okay, these people just backed in. It's like, you better not be parking here, but I think I see laundry in the back of their car. But look at that car. It's a City of Greeley car parked in my laundromat. And that's pretty crazy, so there's apparently the City of Greeley people who are parking in my parking spot and don't really seem to care too much. So I went out there and I talked to them and told them, hey, can you park somewhere else, please? Because I didn't know if they'd be here a lot of times, being the city. And the guy chuckled, looked at me, said, okay, went back to talking. And the other guy glared at me like I had insulted his mother or something. And the whole time, those people were trying to get into their car and do laundry, and they were barely moving for him. They sat there and talked for like 10 or 15 minutes, just completely oblivious to the issue they're causing. Here's the vending machine. I know it's not jammed because I put a quarter in here yesterday, and actually today too, and so it's still showing 50 cents, which means no one's used it since yesterday. But the last couple of weeks it's been jammed by Dominican Republic pesos, and then someone put a bunch of pennies in here. So, oh, it's better than last week. Hey, that's really not bad. That could be our best haul ever. It's amazing how much better it does when it works. And make sure all of these are in the right rows and they're not gonna pop out weird. I don't think we need to refill anything. Cool. So I found out one reason why my dryers aren't making as much as they should. I had some horrible laundromat guys redid the pricing for me. And like an idiot, I didn't check it all. That one's giving 16 minutes for a quarter. They're supposed to be giving 8. That gives 8. I know another one is way off too. Those are all 8. 8. Oh, that's 10. Okay. 8. 8. 8. those guys. 8, 16. Oh my God. 16. Let me make sure. Oh no, that one, do those already have the minute? I don't know. Well, this one, watch this. Here. 40 or 32. Yes, that's right. So people came in here while I was here, which is awesome. You can see they come in and just do all their laundry at once. So people do use laundromats quite a bit. And when I was testing these machines, I found out a lot of the pricing's wrong. I'm an idiot for not checking that. But I gave one person, hey, free use of all the dryers. Which honestly only saves me, saves them a couple of quarters because they're priced wrong. But yeah, so we'll say goodbye to the laundromat for now. I made sure I put all my keys away, made sure all the doors are locked, made sure everything's in decent shape, the coin machine's working, and then we'll head to Kersey and see how that laundromat's doing. All right, now we're counting the money. This is the soap machine first. So, like I said, there's quite a bit in there. And 89 quarters for the soap machine. This was the vending machine next, which again was quite a bit too. It's amazing how much better your sales are when things work. And so I've just been checking that, making sure people aren't jamming the wrong coins in there, and more stuff is selling. And I imagine as it works longer and longer and longer, more and more people will use it. So 104, which is more than we've had. Oh, extra one. The coin machine spits out stuff sometimes that it doesn't think are quarters for some reason. And the pop machine, again, wasn't bad either. Not amazing, but we were low on Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper, so I did refill that while I was there too. And it actually feels good refilling the pop machine. So we don't do that very often. That means people are buying it, so that's nice. All right, now here's the more fun part. This is the dryer money, and I couldn't tell if there was more than last time or not, but it sure seemed like there was more. I know it was slightly confusing at the beginning when I had my phone and my camera, so sorry about that. I won't do that again. That's like trying to chew gum and pat your head or whatever you're supposed to do at the same time. It doesn't work well. It wasn't working well for me either. But the quarter machine was working slightly better, I feel like. And this was a good sign. So I think our record before was $258 worth of quarters, which is, if I do math, about 1,000, right? Just over 1,000 quarters total. And so once I got to this point, I knew we had set a record for quarters. And this is even with our pricing being completely wrong, absolutely horrible on those machines. And like I said, I'm an idiot for not checking that. I can't believe I didn't check that before. But there's a lot of stuff going on in my world, so sometimes I don't remember everything. And I did try to go back and change the pricing on those. It's actually very tricky. I talked to the other laundromat guy in town. He didn't know how to do it. I talked to my repairman, the laundromat guy. He didn't know how to do it. And I looked at videos on YouTube, kind of got some information, and I got to a point where I could program it. I could open it up. I could get into the program mode. Then I had no idea what I was doing, and I couldn't get back to the regular mode. So there are manuals you can download. I tried to do that, and it said this file was corrupted or something. So that's something I've got to figure out. But we did a really good job on the quarters for the dryers. Definitely a record there. Here is the washer money, and I couldn't tell if this was a record or not. I know it was similar to last week. Last week was a record. We had $875 in the washing machines, which is about 3,400 quarters. Or maybe it was 36. I couldn't quite remember, but in that range. And that was really cool to see that many quarters. And this time I knew it was very heavy, right? I was slightly worried about breaking my bucket handle, so I had to support it from the bottom and the front. And it's so full I can't just kind of tip it in the coin machine. Oh, there was a quarter that fell out. I think I saw that. Yeah, it fell in my shoe. So I had to do it by hand. And this actually might work better because then the quarters go in there. So, never mind. And it doesn't jam as often. But I was throwing quarters all over the place. So what would be really cool is if I get to 4,000 quarters from the washers, because that would be $1,000 just from them. And I have talked about it before. I feel like my break even is about $1,000 a month, in that range after all my expenses, my rent, water, utilities, internet, trash. Yes, I saw the trash outside. We have a new trash company coming soon, so that's a bit of an issue right now. And yeah, so this takes a little while to do, but maybe we'll speed it up here, and we'll see how much we have at the very end. So that was definitely a new record, really cool to see. And here, why is that vending? There it goes. Okay. Here are the sales numbers, and this graph is way more fun to do than the other laundromat graph. That graph is not fun. We'll have a video on that one here tomorrow, of course. But after, 7 weeks or something like that, things are looking very good here, and they just keep doing better. So that's really cool to see. We had a little lull there after New Year's, but then we bumped right back up and had record sales. I think this was last week. And then this week, we kept climbing over $1,300, almost $1,000 from the washers. We got so close there. Record from the dryers, and the dryers are priced wrong. So I imagine we can get the dryers up there quite a bit by pricing them right, and hopefully I can figure out how to do that, or we can get the laundromat repair guy. The good repair guy said he knows how to do it if he's there and can figure it out, but he can't explain it. It's too complicated to explain it. And it's so weird. I've watched videos, and they're all different programming and different machines and just slightly different than mine, and none of them matched what I was trying to do. So hopefully we can figure that out and get those priced right. Not surprising that they were priced wrong. I can't believe I didn't check that, but you live and you learn. And so really cool to see all the quarters. We had about $1,050 in cash in the change machine. Not as much as last week, and I've said that before, where some weeks you have pretty close to what is in the machine. Sometimes it's less. Once in a while it's more, but very rarely. So you definitely want to count the profit in your machines, not the money in the cash machine, because that's just exchanging quarters for dollars and not a profit. All right, good week at this laundromat. We have someone who can clean it. That's nice. We have more money in the machines. That's great. We do have a couple of broken machines, so hopefully we can get those fixed relatively cheaply and soon. And then hopefully sales just keep climbing like they have. All right, love to hear what you think. We'll have the other laundromat video here soon. And hopefully this trend continues, and maybe we can turn around the other one as well.